Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. Hello, Thirsty Thursday. I'm thirsty and I have nothing here to drink. What do you know about that? That stinks. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You do, and you're here, and that's what's important. Yeah? Thirsty Thursday. I see Jocelyn, Deborah, Autumn, Francesca, Kathy, Jane. Hello. Welcome. We're going to be talking a little bit more about resiliency and kind of wrapping this whole thing up in a big thing. Nancy, cheers. Here's to you. I don't have anything to drink. I told you that because left it upstairs. But I don't want to forget about this sale. Have you noticed we've sent a special couple of emails to you about this sale? You know why? Because it's 20% off nearly everything in the store. Hey, Evelyn, Vanessa, good to have you here. I just want you to know about this because this is a good time. This is a good Autumn said, it's okay if you want to go upstairs real quick. Here I go, watch. No, I think not. I think I'm just going to stay here and just, that's what it's all about. So go to savingdinner.com/shop. That's where the sale's happening. Or you can just go to Saving Dinner, click on the shop. You know how to do it. It's not your first rodeo, is it? Anyway, excited about this sale and really excited how we are teeing up the last quarter of, I know you love sales. Go get it, Vanessa. We're teeing up the last quarter of this year. Can you believe summer is almost ending? I've got trees outside that are starting to turn, y'all. That just breaks my little heart. I'm not ready for summer to end, but it is ending nonetheless. And I look at it as not just, let's just get through this. Let's just get through the holidays. Let's just do this. Let's just do that. I look at it as another opportunity to seize the day, to seize the quarter, and to really make your goals happen. I know that goals planning systems can be completely overwhelming, especially when you're trying to do them 1 year at a time. We do them 12 weeks at a time. We have a system. We have a methodology. And believe me, I worked my fanny bone trying to figure this out. It took me years. You can find out all about my methodology right here in our journal. And you can find the journal at savingdinner.com/journal. And everything there, you'll see, and I'll show you on that page, you're going to see a stack of journals this big from all the journals that I tried that were a complete disaster. And this is for women. This is specifically made for you and for me and for us to become the women that we want to be, doing it 12 weeks at a time, doing it with affirmations, goals turned into affirmations, and I explain the whole thing. I'm trying to tell you, go get your journal right now at savingdinner.com/journal. And don't forget, go get signed up for the webinar, which is happening on Tuesday, August 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern. savingdinner.com/goals. That's what it's all about, my darling friends. That's what it's all about. Corliss, hello. Mary Ann, it's been a minute. I'm glad you're here. But I'm telling you about this because I want to make sure that you're going to be there at the webinar on Tuesday, August 30th at 7 p.m. savingdinner.com/goals. Okay. And number 2, heads up, I wouldn't let the grass grow between my feet and my shoes because, and go get the journal just now. Just go get the journal because they're flying out the door. And as they fly, y'all are going to be sorry if you don't have one because I'm going to be teaching then a masterclass using this journal and then furthermore going even deeper for those who want it in the rising tide. You can find all of that information at savingdinner.com/announcements. That's where we have all the links to all the pages. And go just check it all out. Debbie, hello. Patsy, Catherine, I'm glad you're here. Oh, I'm so glad. Patsy loves the journal. I got to meet Patsy, by the way. I got to sign her journal and everything. But this journal is gold. I'm telling you, you're going to want this. You are going to want this. That's right. Okay, so we've made all that clear, right? Do you like my bruise, by the way? I did that on the gate yesterday. Just whammed myself into it. Hurts. Chris is in the house. Good to see you, Chris. So you have everything. So you've got the dates, right? All the dates, by the way, are at savingdinner.com/announcements. That's where all the details for all the stuff that I'm talking about. And you can go at your leisure and go look at everything. And I want you to do this because I want you to have the vibrant life you want to have. You can't do it if you don't have goals. I'm serious. It doesn't just happen. It's not upon a star. Gracie, hello. Martha's in the house here too. Anyway, I'm just delighted you're here. Should we get down to it? We will go ahead and bring our friends over from, oh, and by the way, coming up, I will give you dates. I will give you all the times and everything. Just put this together. And my team doesn't even know. I love it when I do stuff like this. But I am going to be doing a TikTok live, kind of gala style, for the sale. I'm going to be giving away things and all kinds of stuff. I plan on doing that this Friday, okay? Because I don't do a regular show on Friday. But Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on TikTok exclusively. At Saving Dinner is who we are. I'm going to be talking about all of our supplements. I'm going to be talking about the 20% off sale. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff and giving away some freebies. So if you want to show up, you better get yourself on TikTok. That's all I can tell you. Okay? We'll see how that goes. It's going to be fun. I mean, that's, we do things. We do things. We do crazy things. I should have told everybody at TikTok. I'll tell them. Don't worry. Anyway, bringing TikTok on. Welcome, TikTok. We're talking about resilience. We're wrapping it all up. YouTube, Facebook. We've been talking about this all week. So yesterday, right, we're talking about Thirsty. Well, today is Thirsty Thursday. So we're talking about this whole idea of resilience and what it is. And resilience, by the way, one of the definitions of resilience is this: the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or toughness. It's a good one. But there are skills involved when it comes to resilience. We all have our own resilience stories. And I'm going to just say and preface this too right away with, resilience isn't a matter of doing things perfectly, but doing things excellently. So that when you stumble and when you fall, you don't just fall down and say, that's it, I'm going to lay on the ground and let, everything run me over. You get yourself back up and you say, next time it's going to be different. One of the things that James Clear taught me, and it just was a cosmic 2x4. I'm giving this to you guys. This is important. This cosmic 2x4 was, fail once, fail one time, or fail and don't exercise, don't, blow your day, go have like a crazy meal in the drive-through even, or do whatever. You do it one time though. You don't do it twice and in a row, because twice in a row is a setup for a new habit. And I love that, because we can say, you know what? Yeah, things are just rotten. I just completely fell apart. But resiliency has the capacity to recover quickly, and also the foresight to understand that unless I want this to be a bad habit, I need to rebound, reset. We call that a reset in pickleball. You get all wonky doodle, you got to reset. And that's everything. If we can reset, then we can go and start over and start over again. Isn't that good news? I think it's brilliant and happy and easy, because it gives you a little bit of a pass, but it doesn't allow you to just fall down. You understand what I'm talking about. When you fall down into that slippery slope, it gets sticky and it gets hard. That's what happens. Hey, Kara. It's so good to have you here. Anyway, so resilience is the thing. The ability of a substance or an object to spring back into shape, though, is called elasticity. I love this word, elasticity. And there are 7 skills to be developed under this umbrella of resilience. Did you know that? There's this Dr. Ginsburg. He's a pediatrician. He developed an assessment for children using 7 different, what he calls skills and assessments. But I want you to hear this. Yeah, I'm teaching right now, Kara. This is good stuff. And by the way, on TikTok, just letting y'all know on TikTok, I'm going to be going live exclusively tomorrow at 1 p.m. Here on TikTok, 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you show up. That's number 1. Number 2, you can get the notes for today's show on go to savingdinner.com and get it. Right? That's how we do it. So here we go. Let's get into it because I think, and they're all with C's. I love alliteration. I'm just a little bit crazy about alliteration. So these are competencies that need to be developed by children, according to this pediatrician. But as I read through them, I went, how many adults don't have these competencies, these skills? Interesting, right? So this is just something everybody needs to learn. Let's go through them because they're important. Number 1 is competence. And that means that you're able to know and identify a stressful situation and you can handle it. You can handle it. That means you have skills, communication, when to say something and when to not say something. So, how often have you put your foot in your mouth? Raise your hand. I will. Thank you very much. Of course, we all have. But as children, have you noticed children, it's like both feet go ramming right into their mouths. Have you noticed that? Well, they haven't learned all the way there, but that's part of resiliency because being competent helps you to become resilient. Yep. And number 2 is connection. I love connection. Have you noticed that it's true that we feel this stronger sense of security and belonging when we're in a place of community? A place of community, that means that we're with people that know us, like us, love us, even when we're, not doing a great job, even when we're having a hard time, even when we're, it's kind of icky. They're there anyway. They got your back. They love you up anyway. They know what you're going through, or at least what you're trying to accomplish, etc. This is why we have set up this incredible community on Facebook, and I know a lot of people don't like Facebook or whatever. It's a great place for groups. And we have a group called the Hot Melt Sprint Group. Anybody can join us, women. And this is a place where the connection has definitely been made. We have seen all kinds of wonderful things happen there. I mean, wouldn't you just say, Nancy says, love this community? Yeah, we all do. It's a safe place to go, and community is everything. The research and the science behind community all supports this. And then there's confidence. When you believe in your abilities and competency, you start to notice particular strengths that stand out. And those strengths are the things that build confidence. Like you learn a strength of maybe it's time to hold my tongue. It's time to really think before I speak. It's time to process this. It's time to, speak up even. These are things that are learned through confidence. And interestingly, we did a confidence course, you remember, a few weeks ago at the beginning of the summer. And confidence is one of those attributes that gets developed by doing something first. You get confidence second. Confidence doesn't come to save the day. Confidence comes as a result of doing something that maybe is a little risky, a little dangerous, and I don't mean dangerous in the true sense of danger, but as your brain registers as dangerous, something different and new. So keep that in mind. And children need to learn this. This is a toughie for children. But so as adults, we need to step into our confidence by doing things that maybe require us to push a little bit outside of our comfort zone. It's really important. Then there's character, a strong sense of right and wrong. Hello, that's a game changer. Have you noticed that? You know why? Because the boundaries are settled. It's like letting your dog out. I would not let my dog out where I live because he would have full reign of our little neighborhood right here at the lake. He would. But if I had a fence, different story. Let the dog out because there are boundaries for the dog, and the dog is safe. I know where he is at all times, the whole 9 yards. Well, this is what it is for us too. When we have boundaries, our mind is made up. We already know you can only go this far, you can only go this far. And that helps to create resilience because we believe then that life is always working on our behalf. You trust the strength of your character is really what it boils down to. And sometimes that isn't developed as a child, but we can develop this as adults. And then there's contribution. We all have contributions to make in this world. We're here on purpose and for purpose. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. And I will never stop saying that because it is the absolute bone truth. It is the truth because why on earth are you here? You're not a biological accident. You're just not. You are here to make a contribution. Maybe you don't know what that is right now. That's all right. Maybe you do know what that is. Maybe it's something short term. We've talked about this before. If you are a mother, your contribution as motherhood and raising these children up, it is a short window. Believe it or not, it does go quickly. And same with taking care of elderly parents. I always like to show you this because oftentimes that purpose is very much focused on those children, very much focused on that elderly parent. And God bless you for that because that focus and that purpose then is important because this is how we love. This is how we connect. This is how we build the resiliency of our souls to one another, So a question for you to ask yourself sometimes is this: what and how do I want to contribute? Have you asked yourself that lately? It's a really good question to ask yourself, especially if you are in this in-between place and you're trying to figure out, what's my next move? Where am I? What do I want to contribute? Not what do I want to become? The becoming and everything is, but when you look at it from the contribution point of view, we all have this thing inside of us that we want to contribute. We want to make a difference, right? When we start asking those questions, then we can get further and go into the why matrix and keep asking why until we can get an answer. Hey there, Kay Cruz. Nice to see you. And then there's coping. We need to hone these skills. Okay. You ready for them? I'm going to give them to you in a list. Stress reduction, meditation, sleep, self-care, journaling, hearing and having your own voice, owning yourself, taking self-responsibility, using strong can-do words and thoughts. Now, think about it with children. This is difficult for them. They're going to want to stay up till all hours. Remember that? And what happens to us as we get become adults? Oh, I'm a night owl. No, you're not. That's not how that's not how you're built. It's not how your circadian clock works. You just trained yourself to do this since you were a kid, right? Well, it's time to grow up and start taking care of ourselves and going to bed at a decent hour so that we can get the proper amount of sleep. Get centered with meditation. Lose the clutter between our ears by using a journal. That the journal is not asking you to be something ready for publishing, right? It's a place, a dumping ground of clutter that's in your head, thoughts that you might have, of things that maybe you need to be grateful for, of things like that, of that nature. So these things are all extraordinarily important. And taking self-responsibility, that is something a lot of adults don't learn to do they? Have you noticed that? Well, it starts when you're children, but you can learn as an adult. And if you do start to take self-responsibility and stop deflecting and say it's her fault, his fault, whatever, stop, pushing it all off and start taking responsibility, makes it a little bit easier to change and shift the things that need to be changed. That's part of the resilience of character that we all need. Then there's coping or control. Control is something that when we recognize that, yes, we can have control over decisions, and our actions, we don't necessarily need to vent things out. We don't have to vent. We're not like, pressure cookers or anything like that. We don't have to be like 3-year-olds on an aisle in Target having an absolute fit. We need to think. We need to process. We need to understand that prefrontal cortex, that is we could use that. We can exercise that, and we can work through these things so we can do the best with what we've got. And when we get children who can do this, my goodness, we look at those children and say, wow, what a great kid. But there's so many adults that are missing these things or need to take a fresh look at it and say, how can I sharpen this stuff up? Because it makes you more resilient. It makes you not quit on yourself, not quit on your goals. That is the saddest thing for me. It happens all the time in our Hot Melt Sprint group, all the time. You know what an Irish goodbye is, right? When somebody ducks out of a party and doesn't say goodbye or anything, they just sneak out the back. People Irish goodbye us all the time in the Hot Melt Sprint group. They're here, they're on fire, they're doing it. Here I am, I'm posting every day, I'm doing this, I'm going to do this. And then all of a sudden, gone. They make all these plans, they show us pictures of all the things that they're doing. And then all of a sudden, they're just not. Bye. Just like that. That's not resilience right there. That is a picture of, I give up. I quit. And worse, I quit on myself. So when we recognize that we can have control over these decisions and not duck out and not Irish goodbye and make a decision to say, yeah, okay, you know what? Hard day. But you know what? One day, it's one day. Today, it's going to be different. These are the reasons why. This is what I'm going to do differently. We have control over that. We need to take control and have our actions align with what our goals are. That's how we put resilience into play here. Autumn says, my comfort zone can be a prison. I always say that the comfort zone is a trap, because the comfort zone is the couch, the Netflix, stuff in the pantry that really you should not be eating because it's going to give you all kinds of inflammation, that's all comfort zone stuff. So when we get outside of our comfort zone, it is a push. It is saying that you have more than you think you do. It is saying to yourself, you're better than this. You have more to give. Because how can you contribute if you're stuck on the couch? How can you contribute if you're full of pain and you can't get around and you're exhausted? So I hear you, Autumn, 100%. I hear you 100%. I know exactly what you're talking about. How often do we all get stuck there? But my point is that we can pull ourselves out at any time and we can say, I do have control over these decisions. And no, I'm not going to stay in that comfort zone. And yes, I am going to push just a little bit harder this time and have things work out. So resilience, according to a developmental psychologist, her name's Emmy Werner. This is what she says. She says it's a constant calculation. So which side of the equation weighs more? Is it the resilient side or is it the stressful side? Which side? Now, I recognize this. We all have a breaking point. We're not made of steel. We are, after all, human beings. But when we deploy these 7 C's, and when we look at these, with an analytical glance and analysis, what happens is we start to say, I need to start thinking about what my contribution is. Maybe that's going to get me a little more goal-oriented. Maybe that's going to help focus and shift my perspective and what I'm thinking about all the time. So that is a fabulous thing to do, and it's going to make all the difference in the world. We can be women of our own dreams. We can be the queen of our own lives simply by living these 7 C's and becoming the resilient women that we need to be in order to make all of our dreams come true. So what do you think of that idea? Shall we become resilient women? Shall we do this together? I say we do. Life's too short to live it just half-ass. I say use your full ass, okay? I'm just going to say it. All in. Who's with me? All in? All in gives you that feeling like everything's going to work. Everything's going to be great. That's what it does. So, hey there over there, Proverb 54:1. She says, my chocolate protein shake has L-glutamine. Yes, you can use it to avoid food cravings, and then use it also in loose form when the cravings hit really hard, because that'll really help you out a lot. So KM Beauty and Wellness, I love that name, beautiful. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Let's become resilient, shall we? Shall we make a decision that resilience is our core value? A core value like that means that your contribution is not going to be left on the cutting room floor, that your goals are going to be met, and that you are going to become the queen of your own lives. That's how vibrancy gets happening. That's how vibrancy happens. I appreciate you so much, all of you. Thank you so much, you too, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all of you for joining me. Tomorrow is Friday. We won't be here, but on Friday on TikTok at 1 p.m., I am going to be doing some teaching on the different supplements that we have on sale, including L-glutamine. It's going to be interesting. I've got a ton of giveaways. Can I just say it? I do. I've got a ton of giveaways. Really looking forward to it, and looking forward to you being here. So tag a friend and tell them, let's show up 1 p.m. Eastern right here. How about that? I appreciate you back. Thanks for joining me. See you later, TikTok. See you later, Facebook and YouTube. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.